G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my NRL 2022 Finals Week One tips. Now later on in the week, probably Thursday or Friday, I'm going to have my official 2022 NRL Finals Series predictions. So how I think Week 1, Week 2, Week 3 and Week 4 will go. So if you're watching this one, you'll at least know how I've tipped later on in the week. I don't want to spoil my tips. So also, it's crazy. I'm releasing this one on a Tuesday. I don't normally release them till Wednesday or Thursday, so I hope you enjoy this one. I've gone through the team tips. So obviously the official team lists haven't been released yet, but I've got a fair idea of who's playing and who's not. One game that, it's a bit up in the air about who's playing is the Rabbitohs and Roosters. For the Roosters, Victor Radley, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suaalii, we've said Victor Radley, Sam Verrills, Jared Warrior-Hargraves, Joey Manu. Like Joe Manu's officially ruled out, but the other players, they definitely could play. Now, Damien Cook, Campbell Graham, possibly Isaac Thompson, all returning for the Rabbitohs this week, while Cameron Murray is still uncertain but likely. So we'll get to the tips now, but I think that'll be a cracker of a game. So starting off with Friday night, we've got the Penrith Panthers hosting the Parramatta Eels. Now the Panthers rested 13 players last week, so basically their whole starting squad, and Parramatta didn't. So look, I think that the Panthers probably did the right thing in resting players, for their well-being and all that, because it's been a long year, it's been a tough year, and they won the minor premiership. They deserve a rest, I guess, but I personally think that it could be a little bit dangerous resting the players there at Penrith. So I don't know. Look, it's obviously going to go one of two ways. It's going to be good for them. They're going to they're going to be rejuvenated. They're going to get a good win over the Parramatta Eels, or they're going to go in and be underdone, and the Eels, who are in red hot form at the moment, are going to cook them. So I actually think it's going to be the latter. I've got the Eels winning this one. I'm backing them 1-12. Huge upset. I think they're paying about $3.20 or something like that. But I'll tell you what, if you're a betting man, firstly, gamble responsibly, but jump on the Parramatta bandwagon for Week 1, because I genuinely think they can win this game. So I'm tipping Para. I think they'll get the win there. That they turn up against Penrith. They play very well against them. They nearly beat them and probably should have in the second week of the finals last year. So, they're going to be out for revenge, as are the Panthers. Nathan Cleary got sin-binned, or sent off, I should say, in the last meeting between these two squads. So, look, I think Para win this game. I think they win at 1-12, but it's hard to say because we don't know what Panthers side we're going to get. Obviously, a well-rested Panthers side sounds dangerous, but whether it is or not is yet to be determined. So I am backing Para in this one. I think Parramatta get out of the first round and move on to the prelims. All right, the next game, we've got the Sharkies against the Cowboys. I thought the Sharks, I don't know why I've got them in this. Let me just double check my my work here, because I thought the Cowboys were the late game, but it might be. It is. I've got this mixed up, so I do apologise. Cowboys is the late game on Saturday night, but we're gonna do those tips first. So Sharks and Cowboys. I think if the Cowboys win this, they are probably going close, if not to a grand final. But it's going to be a hell of a task for them to win at Shark Park, or now I think it's called, is it PointsBet? Or is that the Panthers? I can't remember. I believe it's PointsBet, Cronulla Stadium. So I think the Sharkies probably do get up here. So I am backing the Sharks, backing them 1-12. The Cowboys have been hot and cold this year. They were hot, red hot at the start of the season, up until that sort of origin period, and then they sort of had a little bit of a fall off. I thought they were quite good against the Panthers reserve grade, but I do think the Panthers reserve grade side, oh, well, to be fair, it is their reserve grade, most of it. I thought they were quite resilient though. They while they got absolutely flogged, it wasn't as bad as I'd say a lot of people would make it out to be. So I do think Sharks win this one. I think it'll be another 1-12 game. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys, either put them to the sword or went close to upsetting here and got a win. But Sharkies is my tip. In the next game, which is obviously before this game, but I've got me bloody fixtures mixed up here. That's all good though. We've got Storm against the Raiders. Now, this is going to be a great game. I reckon this could be the game of the weekend. I know a lot of people probably think each one of the others could be, but I really like what this game's, possibly bringing. Good photo I've got in the background of Amy Park. It's a soccer game, so I'm winning in this video, but I like the format. I like what I've done. Probably should have paid a little bit more attention to the smaller details, but enough of that. Back to the footy. The Raiders played phenomenal against the Tigers, up 42-0 at halftime. It was looking like it was going to be 84-0 by full time. But the Tigers, to their credit, they did lose the second half, 12-10. But they were brave. They turned up in the second half after an absolute flogging in the first. So, yeah, I think the Raiders definitely have as much of a chance as anybody in winning a premiership this year. If they're on their game, they can beat anyone. So, and they've proven they can beat top 8 sides as well as Melbourne Storm this year. So, yeah, I think this one's going to be a cracker. But I think Storm in these big games show why they're there, and I'm back in Melbourne in this one. So there's not much more to say on that. I think it'll be a 1-12 win for Melbourne. I think it'll be probably closer to 1 or 2 points, to be honest. Could even go to extra time. I think this one's going to be tighter than most of the games today in this weekend. But Storm are my tip, 1-12. All right, finally, we've got the Sydney Roosters against the South Sydney Rabbitohs back at Allianz Stadium, a repeat of last week. I was saying to my milkman at work, the bloke that comes and delivers the milk for us, I was saying to him, I reckon the team that lost last week wins this week. So if my logic's correct, then the Rabbitohs win this week. But all jokes aside, I do think that South Sydney will get a win. Not just saying that because I'm a diehard Rabbitohs fan. I hand on heart believe that. Actually, it's over this side, I think. Hand on heart believe that they will win this week. I think Latrell's going to want a huge game. You've got Murray, hopefully, will be all good and play a full game this week. Damien Cook, Campbell Graham, possibly Isaac Thompson, all returning to the team. So I think we've got a lot of positives going into this game, while the Roosters lose Joey Manu, arguably one of their best players. So, sorry, I've got a bit of a dry mouth. Having a shocker today, I tell you. I think Joey Manu, arguably one of the best players on the Roosters. Next to James Tedesco, he's leading the NRL in tackle breaks. So losing him's massive. We don't know the fitness of players like Victor Radley, Sam Verrills, JWH, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Suaalii. There's a lot of question marks on how many of those players will play this week. So I think that everything's going towards the Rabbitohs except for the betting. But yeah, I'm backing my bunnies by 12. 1-12. I do think the Rabbitohs will get a win here and move onto a semi-final against the North Queensland Cowboys. But guys, drop down in the comments who you're tipping. I'd love to hear from you. I think it's going to be a very entertaining first week of finals. I think this is the most excited I've ever been about a final series. It's just between 1 to 8. I think it's just so competitive. You could argue that Panthers, Cowboys, Raiders, and Roosters will win, and I wouldn't disagree with you. But very excited for the finals this weekend. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and enjoy the footy. But that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for tuning into this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you all so much once again. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.